favorite lipstick. So today I am going to be doing a review and demo of this Sephora brand. It doesn't really say anything, it just says Sephora brand, that's it. I guess it's an aerosol foundation, non-greasy. Oh, Perfection Mist Airbrush Foundation. Sorry, gotta read underneath the French. Anyway, so this is one of those aerosol spray can foundations. It's been compared to the Dior Air Flash foundation in several different YouTube videos. I haven't tried that, so I have no idea. But I wanted to do a review of this. This is a foundation that I have worn several times before. As you guys know, I don't do first impressions because I feel like people's opinions change constantly. So I do like to do genuine reviews of products. So this is a product I have used for a while. I have the lightest color in cream. You definitely want to get color matched if you're going to pick up this product, or use a website like Temptalia that helps you find your color. Because they're not labeled on the website other than like cream, and then there's a honey, and they're not labeled as far as like ivory choices or number 1, number 2. They're not like that. So you kind of gotta guess unless you're gonna get color matched. So I got the lightest shade in cream. It's a perfect match for my skin tone. It's a very neutral porcelain color. So if you're my kind of coloring, if you're very fair, this is a very neutral one. It doesn't have any yellow or pink undertones. It's perfect. I love it. And yeah, so I'm gonna let you know how this foundation wears throughout the day and what my thoughts on it are. So just keep on watching. Alright, so like I do all of my foundation reviews and demos, I'm gonna start out by putting primer on the right half of my face, and only the right half. So that way we can see how the foundation performs with and without a primer. So the one that I'm using today is the one that I always use, Max Prep and Prime Skin Base, and just gonna pop that on the right half of my face. Okay, so now with these aerosol can type of foundations, you can apply them directly to your face straight from the aerosol can. However, this will actually get in your hair and on your clothes. And that is not something that I love to do. So the way I'm actually gonna apply it today is directly to a brush and then put it on my face. Especially when you're darker haired like I am, and you're really pale and have a light foundation, it really gets into like the hairline and makes your hair look gray. So I don't like to spray it directly on my face. Plus, you waste a lot of extra foundation that just gets into the air and can literally just get all over your stuff. So this is how we're gonna do this today. So I'm just gonna take this on a Real Techniques, I think this is like a sculpting brush, and just spray it directly on there. As you can see, it does produce kind of like an extra kick up of product. So I do like to kind of push it away from me just so it doesn't get all over my clothes. But now I'm gonna go ahead and go in over the prime time first with what's on this brush here. Now I do find that I end up using quite a few sprays of this foundation as far as covering my face. This produces kind of a really light layer of foundation. So if you have a lot of discoloration on your face, like acne scarring, kind of like I do have some acne scars and stuff. But if you have a lot of discoloration on your face, you might have a little bit of a hard time with this foundation. It does build pretty well, but upon like your first application, it's not going to give you any more than like a sheer to light coverage. Okay, so that is one layer of the foundation. Now it's a very light layer, so if you like that really nice natural kind of coverage, this is a beautiful foundation. It makes your skin look naturally gorgeous. Like this looks like skin. You can't see it. If you look up close, you can't see at all that you have foundation on. Like it doesn't sit on top of the skin, instead it blends really nicely into the skin, almost like a moisturizer. And it just evens out the complexion and looks absolutely beautiful. I would literally just leave it like this because my skin is relatively clear right now, and it did a really good job of covering up any areas that I have a little bit of redness. But just for the video's sake, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with a second layer and apply that over the top so you guys can see how it builds. Okay, now this is 2 layers of the foundation over my face here. As you can see, the finish of the foundation is relatively dewy, but I will say the more that you build it up and the more layers that you end up putting on, the more drying it looks. So I put on, well, I put on 2 layers everywhere, but as far as my chin was concerned, because I have more redness on my chin, I did kind of try to layer it up a little bit more, and it created a little bit of dryness down here while the rest of my face looks relatively dewy. So just keep that in mind if you are looking for a lot of extra coverage. This probably is not going to be the best foundation option, just because I don't think it builds the best. Yeah, so the time right now is it's about 10 minutes to 11. So I'm gonna check in later throughout the day and show you guys how this is holding up. I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of my makeup on, which will include concealer and powder. I won't spot conceal or anything, I'm just gonna conceal under my eyes. But yeah, I will come back in a few hours and show you how it's holding up. Hey guys, so I have been wearing the foundation for about 3.5 hours now. It is about 2:15, so yeah, it seems to be holding up pretty darn well. The one thing I will say about it though is that it tends to look really, really cakey. So I think that this is a foundation that you probably don't want to set with a powder. But then it's gonna reduce the longevity of the wear time. So I did set it with a powder, but I'm finding that when I don't, as I've worn this in the past, when I don't set it with powder, it looks fine. But today, because I did, it looks a little bit cakey, especially like around the mouth and stuff. And I did spray my face with Fix Plus just to kind of correct that a little bit, but I do have some like caking around the nose and especially up here where I have my acne pitting. And it's already fading a little bit from the chin area after 3 hours. So it's holding up relatively well other than this chin area, so I can't really complain. I did eat some food, so it's not really fading around the mouth, which is great. And everything else looks pretty darn good. So far so good. Just the recommendation about I wouldn't really set it with a powder, to be quite honest. But I will come back in a few hours and check in again. Hey guys, so I'm doing my last check-in of the day, and my makeup, quite honestly, like my eyes and stuff, are looking a little bit rough. I had a terrible migraine and ended up laying down for a little while, so like my eye makeup is everywhere. But if you look at my face, obviously for the most part, like the cheeks have faded, like blush-wise. But as far as the like actual foundation is concerned, it's all still like completely intact. So I'm really impressed with this foundation. It's not like transferring at all. It no longer looks dry. Like after a while, my oils in my face kind of start to produce a little bit better, so you can see that it is like it's not dry anymore. It actually looks really nice because I don't have like excessive oil production. For the most part, I'm relatively dry, so any oil I do have generally kind of enhances my foundation, so it made it look really, really good. You can still see my highlight and stuff, but yeah, I'm really impressed with this foundation. It hasn't budged at all except for on the chin area, which really could be solved just by putting concealer on during the day. I have no concealer on except for on the under eyes. So I'm really impressed with this. I think it's a fantastic foundation. Obviously I've worn it before, but I've never fallen asleep in it, so this is impressive to me. So I really hope that this review was helpful. Definitely let me know if you guys have tried this foundation or the Dior Air Flash, and let me know how that is, like coverage wise and longevity, because I have no idea, and I'm probably not gonna buy it because it's a little pricey for me. And I really like this one, so it's like, what's the point of buying a more expensive one when I like this one that's cheaper? So yeah, I hope that this video was somewhat helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. I put out new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so have a great day.